What's happening? What's happening to the faithful? Now the ganger don't bang, as always, no matter what's going on with the team. Speaking of that, uh, do we still think that Jimmy should be starting? Do we still think that we should not question Kyle Shanahan? I asked that, and welcome to my channel, welcome to my video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe down at the bottom, or dislike if you still disagree with what I'm about to say. But I bring that up because 2 weeks ago, after we lost to Seattle right before our bye week, as our running back um, got injured with those 16 carries, a record for rookie running backs, 16 carries, something that's only happened 5 times in 45 years. Um, so when Trey Lance was injured after the Seattle game and our bye week, I did a video, and I'm sitting outside my house, my apartment, and I'm like, man, is it time to start questioning Cal Shanahan? And is my highest view video still to this day ever. It's not at 500 views yet, which is where I want it to be, and I just said that before. So now, you know, damn, come on, y'all. But it's on its way there. It's like 460, and so it got a lot of response from that video, positive and negative, and I welcome the negative, believe me. So the response, was big for me, at least in my area where I'm at, my neighborhood, as far as this YouTube thing, and it basically has me right now in purgatory, online purgatory, or Facebook jail, as they say. So I'm unable to share my videos for like the last 2 weeks on Facebook. So if you find me and you watch this one, shout out to you. Also, just a regular shout out to CG Ruthless Sports, man. He's been kind of like my biggest backer. Funny dude. CG Ruthless Sports. Watch his videos if you get a chance to. He's another Niner fan, big Niner fan. He's on his way, man. He's really blowing up. But he's been a big supporter for my channel. But right now, I can't share my videos, man, because I, called some man and his wife out of their name after he attacked me. I can't stand for that. But it's made me learn with this video thing too. Just don't fight the people with the comments. So I commented back to somebody who didn't agree with a Niner fan who didn't agree with my take on the fact that we need to be questioning Cal Shanahan, and he let me know that. I think he said I look stupid or something. Like, I have my 49ers. Matter of fact, it's right here. I have my mask on and shit in the video. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he just was like, "You look stupid. Take that mask off. You're sitting in a room with a mask." Mind you, I'm sitting outside, clearly outside, but I'm sitting right in front of my apartment door. I wasn't inside with a mask on. But anyhow, he said, you're sitting in the house with that mask on, and I was smoking too. I smoke. Well, we're all allowed to smoke in a lot of states these days, and then also cigars. So I was outside just smoking a cigar, and he's like, "You're smoking inside the house, and you look stupid with that mask on inside, and you're smoking. You're killing it." So I called himself and his wife, who were both in his profile picture, and you know what that says about him. But I called he and her. I think it was like trash bag horse or something like that, and he reported me. So I haven't been able to share my videos, but I did, videos since, that as well, just sharing my thoughts on the last game from Sunday. And I don't think anyone can question any longer whether or not we should be questioning Kyle Shanahan, not just his play calling, his play design, and that's what I want to get out, man. Kyle Shanahan is not a great coach. I don't know that he's a good coach. Uh, the red zone issues that we have with this team, with penalties in the red zone on both offense and defense, or being able to unable to or unable to stop offenses when we are on defense in the red zone. Um, Speaking of red, the ridiculous flag that he threw Sunday night, and then he said that. People were yelling at the monitors or their headsets went out, and then everybody was yelling at him, throw the flag, so he just threw the flag. Motherfucker, you're the boss. Nobody can tell you what to do. You do what you want to do, and it's clear that you do what you want to do. You're the most stubborn coach, I think, in the NFL. But you're ours, baby. We love you. But still yet, you threw that flag, the, your clock management since you've been here, the fact that you have Jimmy Garoppolo starting for the team still, uh, the way you lie in press conferences, double talk, and contradict yourself consistently. Like, for instance, saying Trey Lance has a 1 to 2 week injury, either immediately or the day after the game in Seattle. And then just yesterday saying, Trey Lance is coming from a big injury. He said that shit in a conference call. That's BS, and it's just his coach double talk that he is supreme at. That's the best thing that he does outside of design plays, because he doesn't develop players. The best players that we have on our team, the George Kittles, Fred Warner, uh, Nick Bosa, they have nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with him. Not his development, not his coaching, nothing. People in the NFL rave about John Emery, our tight ends coach. That's, Kittle, Charlie Warner having a big game this Sunday. Fred Warner, Fred Warner, I think, is supremely talented and underrated because he was just right there at the edge of that new age linebacker. And people were still, thinking maybe he was too small to play linebacker, although he's gotten even much bigger since he's been in the league. But I think that people just underrated him, and that was a solid pickup. And then, of course, Nick Bosa is Nick Bosa, especially coming from Ohio State, being a Buckeye. So, that has nothing to do with Kyle Shanahan or how he develops players. He has not developed Jimmy Garoppolo since he's been here. And apparently, from what he's saying, he's not been able to develop Trey Lance since he's been here, or at least hasn't made an effort to. And that's got us where we are right now. We're sitting at 2-4. The entire NFL's looking at us because we shit the bed on Sunday Night Football in front of the world, in front of the nation. Only game on, prime time, all that. We all know what it was. Waking up on Sunday and having to wait all the way until 5 o'clock to see us piss the bed, was piss our pants right there at home, was unbelievable. And now people are calling for Kyle Shanahan's head as a coach. And just 2 weeks ago, I put out a video that you could scroll down from looking at this one and see, where I said we probably need to start questioning whether or not Kyle Shanahan should be our coach. And I go, oh, well, who should be the coach then? Shit, Mike McDaniels. He's the one who apparently they're trying to put the blame on underneath Kyle right now. Promote him. Kyle Shanahan is nothing but an offensive coordinator at this point. He has not shown to be a good head coach the entire time he's here. He's not fiery. He's not like Robert Saleh. He's really smart. He's really well spoken, although he does a lot of double talking. But he's really well spoken, and he's put a lot of smart people, John Lynch, Adam Peters, all around him to just consistently make good decisions or fairly good decisions. He has not drafted well overall at all, whether it be offense or defense. He's made some of the craziest decisions in the draft, passed up future Hall of Famers within 5 years. We all know, and I'm not talking about Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, future Hall of Famers. Jamar Chase is probably a future Hall of Famer. The dude from Minnesota, that rookie wide receiver from last year, second year player this year, his name escapes me right now. He's probably a future Hall of Famer. These are extremely, immensely talented wide receivers or players at other positions, running backs, those two quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, but he's passed up good players. So I haven't seen anything that's proven that he's a good head coach. He's a great play designer. I would even say he's a great play caller. Some plays he calls at perfect timing times, others he doesn't. And that's facts. I mean, calling the juice play on 4th and 1, that was not a good play call, and it was not at the right time. The play he dialed up last Sunday for Jimmy with Sanu, that was a great play call at the right time. And speaking of that, to right into the quarterback situation, Jimmy Garoppolo, he doesn't care. He's not good enough, and he doesn't care. He's very rich. He's very good looking, but he's not good enough for football. He doesn't care enough about it, in my opinion. And I watched him in the press conference afterwards. I begged him not to smile. And he finally smiled when he was asked a question about Buck. when he was asked about missing Buck, and I really wish everyone during that week hadn't showered him with so much love. Honestly, too, I think our team was psyched out in some way the way because Buck was back on the field. But he asked him about that, and then when he asked him about his injury to his calf, he smiled and he said, I definitely felt it. I definitely feel it because, as Martellus Bennett said, he can be a bit soft, you know. And he said the rain was an excuse. I didn't watch the Colts press conferences. Only post game press conference I think I ever watched the other team. It has to be us blowing the team out and me really, really disliking the quarterback probably, or like a Jalen Ram that's blowing out the Rams and being able to hear Donald or Ramsey's and see their faces after that. Other than that, I ain't watching the other team, but I'm sure Carson Wentz didn't blame the weather. Why? Because he played all right. Jimmy Garoppolo played a horrible game, the worst game apparently per Kyle Shanahan he's ever played. So when the quarterback played his worst game ever, how can you tell me that the third pick in the draft is not ready to play his worst game ever? If you ask me, the one game he has played was much better than the game Jimmy played the other day. He wasn't even allowed to do the things that Jimmy was allowed to do. That play that they dialed up for Sanu, not that he would have hit it had he been able to throw it, but Dwelly missed a block, or Dwelly, which in Dwelly as Grant Cohn usually blows him out of proportion just because he wants to be a shit starter and he maybe dislikes George Kittle because George Kittle dislikes him. But he says how great he is. He has some good hands, but he's not that great of a blocker. That's why we drafted Charlie Warner, and Charlie Warner had a big game blocking and had 2 catches for about like 30 yards, I think, in that game. Snatched one away from Brandon Ayuk, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was Warner, or that actually might have been 82. But in any event, Charlie Warner played well. You know what I mean? And we got Kittle, we have Warner, and if Kittle was in the game, maybe he would have made that block. But 82 didn't. His Jesus Christ, his name is. These people piss me off. This team is killing me, man. This team is fucking with my mental. But Dwelly missed that block. So Jimmy, of course, had to do Jimmy's pocket moves. And while he did some good moves in the pocket to escape some things, that we know that just means Jimmy's going to pirouette. Jimmy's going to spin around. Excuse me, mouth getting dry. Jimmy's going to spin around, do his thing in the pocket, which is fumble the ball, or throw an interception. So he just gets skittish, gets to Jimmy feet, and ends up throwing the ball to Xavier Rhodes and all the other 3 Colts that were over there near his teammate Deebo Samuel. So yeah, that's not gonna work, man. And I bet you, if anything, the ball at least could have got down the field. I don't know if he would have saw him, but if he caught that same play for Trey Lance, maybe he can escape the pocket. Because you know what would have happened if that was Kyler Murray? First of all, he wouldn't just panicked and threw the ball to the quickest route, which is what Jimmy Garoppolo does on 1st and 10. But he wouldn't have panicked. He would try to buy time, and he would have found Hopkins down the field. Russell Westbrook would have brought time, and he would have found Tyler Lockett or Metcalf down the field. And Trey Lance can possibly buy time and then find Sanu with a cannon for an arm. Too much of one. Double barrel can find Sanu down the field. If Jimmy wanted to throw that pass, he wouldn't have made it because we've seen that movie before. In February 2020 in the Super Bowl. If Emmanuel Sanders' little ass wanted to jump for that catch, die for that catch, he wouldn't have caught it. He wouldn't have made it because Jimmy couldn't make it, and he still can't. Almost 2 years later, with an even better team, I think overall than he had that day. Outside of I'm sorry, he's just injured. So yeah, with Raheem, with a better team than he had that day, with more weapons than he had that day, players, 2 years older and 2 years better, 2 years more grown. The rookies that we drafted this year, like his backup quarterback, which was Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard in that Super Bowl. He has a better team today, and he still is not a good quarterback. Just like his coach is not a good coach and not a good leader. So, man, let me know what y'all think, folks. It's a tough time right now for 49ers fans. Fucking other fans are clowning us. We're in the spotlight because we had a horrible game on national TV and because we are one of the most hated franchises in history because of our fucking success. y'all know what? Yeah, I always miss that when I'm because just the backward shit. But it's not looking good for us right now. We're looking like we could be close to a rebuild. We have a quarterback controversy. That meme that I posted on Twitter, and follow me on Twitter at Bam Bam LLD, at Bam Bam LLD on Twitter, or it's at the bottom too. Unless you saw this here from Twitter, since I can't comment on and post on Facebook right now until Saturday, then subscribe to me here. But there's a meme going around with Kyle Shanahan, and it's there, man. How it started and how it's going, and that picture from him on Sunday after a rainy game, and to me, it looked like he had been crying coming into the press conference room, sitting at that podium with his eyes big, like just like that. Looked like he was just a deer caught in the headlights. Like he's overwhelmed to the max, mega overwhelmed. He has no idea what to do, and it's just it was sad to see, man, to see that picture, to see his fresh, clean cut face. I remember we had the black suit on with the red tie, the not a gang tie and shit like that. He thought it was slick. Yeah, he had that on at the press conference the day he was signed, and then the press conference after the game on Sunday. That man looked like Rumpelstiltskin. You know what I mean? Like he had slept 100 years and woke up in a whole new world, man. So it's not looking bad. It's looking good for us right now. It's actually looking real bad. It's down bad, as Drake and all them motherfuckers would say. So hopefully we get better soon. Good luck to Jimmy Garoppolo in his hometown. That should be interesting. The Bears are averaging, I think, like 14 points a game right now. There should be no reason why we lose this game on Sunday. There should be literally no reason why we lose this game. They have, as my sons told me, the worst offensive line in football. And by the look of my man, Buckeyes forever, Ohio State, OH, my man Justin Fields, looking like it was the worst day of his life, or his father had, be falling ill. Like, it was like he was in hell that day. You know what I mean? On Sunday, them pictures that are going around of him, the videos going around of him. The one of them, he was literally crying to his coach, one of his coaches, like it was his father. Like dad saved me. You dig what I'm saying? So like, there should be no reason why we lose this game. I don't give a fuck if it was their mother starting. We should win this game. Also, the Bears are now without a head coach because he has COVID. So a rookie quarterback with no head coach, how can we lose this game? I don't care if it's in Chicago. I don't care if it was on Pluto. We should win this game. We're not only more talented, we should definitely be better coached. Because shit, Kyle, he can't be get out coached by no coach. He's been out coached 4 weeks in a row. He can't get out coached by no coach. So we should win this game on Sunday. I think we should win it convincingly. I think our players, our best players, Bosa, Fred Warner, it shouldn't, I'm only saying defensive players. Debo, if he could ever hold on to the ball, if he didn't drop so many passes and fumble so much, and then I think Kittle might be back for this game, or maybe it's the next game. Where's Jalen Hurd? Where's Trey Sermon? I'm lost, man. I hope y'all are not as lost as me. Let me know in the comments if you are. Again, like or dislike, comment on the video, positive or negative. I appreciate it all. Y'all be safe.